What if I told you that most people are chasing volatile stocks or flipping houses for a quick buck? The top 1% are quietly building generational wealth with a real estate secret that's hiding in plain sight. Seriously, they're not gambling on the next it neighborhood or speculating on trends. They're capitalizing on one of the most stable and predictable needs in human history, a place to live. The last few years have been a roller coaster of anxiety, right? Trying to invest felt like trying to hit a moving target while blindfolded. But true investing is about looking through the windshield, not the rearview mirror. The market has reset, and today I'm going to pull back the curtain on the market data that shows why the wealthy are doubling down on one specific type of real estate in 2026 and how you can use their exact playbook to build a stable path to life changing returns. For years, TV shows and online gurus have sold you the very specific fantasy of real estate success. It's the 30-day flip, the dramatic before and after, the hunt for the massive quick profit. It gets you clicks and views, sure, but it's a total distraction. It's financial junk food. Chasing quick flips isn't building a wealth asset, it's buying yourself a high stress full time job. You're at the mercy of material costs, unreliable contractors, and the constant risk of buying high and having to sell low. Here's the thing, the truly wealthy know that trading your time for money, even a lot of it, is not the path. You need assets that work for you, not the other way around. The secret isn't the one time score, it's in creating a predictable, ever growing stream of income from an asset people will always need. While most people are out there looking for a lottery ticket, the 1% are building a machine, and in 2026, that machine is multifamily real estate. So why now? What makes 2026 the year that apartments stand head and shoulders above everything else? It all boils down to three powerful, unshakable market forces. First, the United States has a massive structural housing shortage. Following the 2008 recession, construction basically flatlined for a decade, creating a deficit that some experts estimate as high as 4 to 6 million homes. This isn't a short term trend, it's a deep imbalance between supply and demand that puts a solid floor under housing values. Second, the renter nation trend is picking up speed. High home prices and mortgage rates have pushed the dream of ownership out of reach for millions of people. The monthly payment on a starter home is just worlds apart from the average rent. This affordability crisis is a powerful economic engine pushing households into renting, which keeps occupancy high and predictable for landlords. And third, the supply and demand pendulum is finally swinging back in investors' favor. The huge wave of apartment construction from 2003 and 2004 is being absorbed. High costs brought new development to a screeching halt. The pipeline of new apartments delivering in 26 and 27 is a fraction of what it was. National vacancy rates, after peaking, are now stabilizing around 6 to 7% in many areas and starting to tick down. With fewer new units coming, steady demand, and less competition, rents are poised for healthy, sustainable growth. Think 3 to 5% nationally, with hot markets seeing closer to 5 to 8%. When you mix a fundamental shortage, relentless demand, and a coming squeeze on new supply, you get the perfect storm for a premium investment. Knowing multifamily as a target is one thing, knowing how to play is another. The wealthy aren't just buying any old apartment building, they're targeting specific opportunities. Here are their three-part playbook for 2026. Forget the brand new glass and steel A towers downtown. The real smart money is flowing into slightly older Class B properties in solid middle income neighborhoods. These buildings are the workhorses of the rental market. They're not glamorous, but the play here is value add. Investors buy these buildings and make smart, targeted upgrades where we're not talking about total gut renovations. Think simple wins, new appliances, modern flooring, a fresh coat of paint, or updating common areas. These small tweaks can justify rent bumps of 100, 200, even more per month, creating an incredible return on a small investment. They're focused on deals with a simple plan and predictable results. In a shaky economy, the best investments are the ones that people can't live without. That brings us to workforce housing. Apartments that are affordable for teachers, nurses, and delivery drivers who make our communities run. This segment is incredibly resilient, demand is constant, and it's one of the few things that has bipartisan political support. At the same time, we're seeing a huge boom in single family rentals, SFRs. Lots of families still want the suburban dream, a yard, good schools, more space, but are priced out of buying. They are becoming the long term renters by choice, creating a super stable tenant base that's nearly recession proof. This is a defensive strategy that provides steady cash flow no matter what the stock market is doing. And strategy number three, the demographic goldmine in senior housing. This is one of the most powerful long-term trends you can possibly invest in. Over 10,000 baby boomers are turning 65 every single day, and by the end of the decade, there will be over 80 million of them. This isn't a guess, it's a demographic certainty. This silver tsunami is creating a massive sustained need for senior-focused housing. After the pause, This sector is roaring back as a huge growth opportunity. The wealthy see this wave coming and are positioning themselves to provide the housing this generation needs. From active adult communities to assisted living, it's not just a real estate play, it's an investing and undeniable demographic shift. Now, I know breaking down these numbers on deals can feel complicated. To help you out, I've put together a free guide called the Multifamily Deal Analyzer Checklist. It walks you through the key metrics you absolutely need to look at, from calculating cash flow to understanding cap rates. It's the same checklist the pros use. You can download it for free in the description. Section 4. Timing the market is for fools, but timing your entry is for pros. You've probably heard the old saying, don't time the market. For long-term investing, that's true, but for recognizing a strategic window of opportunity is what separates the amateurs from the pros. And history shows that the best times to buy are when uncertainty is high and fear is in the headlines. 2026 is shaping up to be one of those windows. The market freeze of the last couple of years is finally thawing. The ice is cracking. Sellers who were clinging to those crazy 21 prices are finally facing reality. The gap between what buyers will pay and what sellers will accept is closing fast, which means better deals for people who are ready to move. Even better, a lot of owners who bought a few years ago with short-term floating rate loans are now under immense pressure to either refinance at higher rates or sell. This is creating a surge of opportunistic, sometimes distressed deals for disciplined buyers with cash on hand. The best part, because so few new projects are getting started today, investors who buy in 26 will face almost no new competition when their properties are stabilized in a few years. Experts believe that these assets bought in 26 vintage could become some of the most best performing over the entire decade. Section 5. The risks they don't talk about and how to beat them. Now listen, no investment is risk-free. Anyone who tells you otherwise is selling you something. The wealthy are just seeing better, understanding, and planning for those risks. Now, the first big headwind is rising operating expenses. Insurance, labor, you name it, it's all gotten more expensive, and that can squeeze profits. The answer isn't to run away, it's to be more conservative with your numbers and to focus on creating real value that justifies higher rents. This is exactly where those long value add strategies come from. The second risk is a broader economy. Slower job growth could soften rent demand in the short term. This is why the playbook is shifting toward discipline. Smart investors are using less debt and focusing on properties with proven stable cash flow instead of betting the market will go up. In a tougher economy, quality always wins. The deals getting done right now are those being done by proven, well-funded operators, and those are the people you want to invest with. So what is a 1% big real estate secret? It's not some complicated formula. It's shockingly simple. A disciplined focus on a fundamental human need. It's about ignoring the speculative noise and investing in the unshakable demand for shelter. So the 2026 playbook is clear. Multifamily real estate is primed to outperform. Why? A massive housing shortage, a growing nation of renters, and a dramatic slowdown in new construction. The strategies are proven. Target value add Class B properties, build a defensive portfolio with the workforce and single family rentals, and ride the demographic wave of senior housing. This is the window of opportunity. While others are sitting on the sidelines, paralyzed by last year's headlines, disciplined investors are making their moves now. This is how you stop trading your time for money and start building a real legacy. Thanks for watching. If you got any real value out of this, do me a big favor, hit the subscribe button, and be sure to check out the next video on how to fund your very first multifamily deal.